Yo, what is good? Trade recap for August 19th. Took a loss and a win. Win was for about 2R, so ended the day up about 1R. It was a little bit less. I think I closed around this candle. So first trade I took, I would definitely put under A+. I thought it was a very obvious trade. Patty swing, Judas swing, whatever you want to call it. The only thing I could have done differently, what did I do? Is gone break even at this 1 minute gap. But I felt like that was a little bit petty, being the draws and liquidity that we had to the upside. We had this low resistance leading up to this 4 hour fair value gap. Also had a daily fair value gap on ES that I very much thought was going to be achieved before 10 o'clock as a draw on liquidity. So what actually ended up happening? I already kind of got rid of some of the draw in, so let me put some back up here. Bear with me, y'all. We had this 30-minute fair value gap. Also had that same 30-minute on ES past this low right here. Market open, we manipulated lower into that, leaving these highs intact, creating relative equal highs. With this, we did end up sweeping these, but these were not really as important to me as the main draw here. From there, I saw us starting to V-shape. We got a 30-second inversion, which is also the same as this 5 minute gap here, the drawing, but this 30-second inversion right here. And then from there, I entered. I could have waited for this 1 minute inversion, but I felt like discretionary. If we were going to inverse this, it was going to punch through before the close and therefore ruin the trade idea. But I entered on that. I could have went breaking even this 1 minute, but like I said, I felt like that was really petty. I thought that these draws were pretty guaranteed. So it was just one of those days, one of those trades where price had a different idea and it did not fall under a normal systematic move, basically. So that ended up being a loss. I definitely would take this again. I think it's a very solid setup. It had very good, not just draws and liquidity to achieve, but it had very good market open manipulation in a V-shaped recovery. The only thing that could have been lacking is generated structure here to see a resweep of this low and then see the move higher. But because it was so close to market open, I was trying to catch the volatility in the money that entered on market open to send us back higher. So with that being said, after that loss, I reevaluated and realized that we were trying to take all these draws and liquidity first. It became very obvious to me when we came to this 30-minute LFEG on the lower time frames here, and we generated liquidity above that and then pulled back into a 5 minute. This is one of the highest win rate trades I have, is within the overall market conditions. We generate liquidity above or below a level and then pull back into a 5 minute to give players a second opportunity to enter on the move. And it was a very flush move. I entered on this 1 minute inversion. We barely closed. I was waiting for this candle to print a little bit just to make sure we weren't going to remanipulate, but I saw it staying, holding the bearish momentum here. So I entered on that. Also was kind of paired with this 30-second inversion here. There's a lot of, okay, let me break it down like this too. We had a already stop hunt. It barely touched, but this is still a stop hunt within this 5 minute. We had exhaustion candles on the 1 minute time frame inside of this 5 minute, and we had a very obvious draw after generating this liquidity. I did not need to wait for some crazy close on this, just because I do not want to just, like, when you know a trade is going to go somewhere, you don't need to wait for the craziest confirmation. Wait for it to show the move and then get in it. So that's what I did with this. Very fast flush. I went break even at the 30-minute internal low, and then I targeted the 30-minute internal low. I actually did not expect this to get taken out. I have on here high resistance low. We swept out this swing low here and then saw the market structure shift from there. I expected this to actually get held, but we did end up taking it out. But that's it for today. Just that loss and then the win. Definitely, they both would fall under A+ criteria for me. I would take them both 5 days of the week. So Really good trading day. We had a really good movement. Also, I want to talk about this real quick because just to give you all some I guess like extra content here. So we had this 4-hour gap. I had this in the back of my mind, but I was expecting for NASDAQ to want to achieve the 4-hour as well. But what we saw in pre-market was pretty crazy. We saw pre-market have very strong moves starting at 8:30 into this 4-hour. So for me, I'm not expecting a very large up move again. There's a lot of volatility in pre-market. Having this rebalance after market open actually makes a lot of sense looking back at it. But I was definitely expecting us for at least to have a manipulation of this 4-hour before seeing that. But I expected us to be short-term bullish, like very short-term, and then dump and take out majority of this liquidity. So when big moves like happen like this in a certain direction, market will most likely, not always, want to rebalance the area after market open. But usually we want to see manipulation first to be able to have a full confirmation on that. But of course, we just dumped and then generated liquidity and had an obvious pullback into a retracement. But that's it for today. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I don't think there's any news. Let's look. It's 8:30. Yeah, we're good. So we will be back tomorrow. It'll be a good trading day. Getting back on the week. We've been on a little losing streak. So we're kind of just breaking the cycle here with today, and we're just gonna keep the momentum going. But that's it. Catch y'all. God bless. Stay safe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.